Hey everyone, what is up? I'm back with a new video and I really wanted to do a Black Panther cosplay. For this one, I chose the character Nakia from the movie and it's played by Lupita. I'm gonna go see the movie tonight and I got really excited whenever I saw the trailer, so I definitely had to go ahead and try this out and do it. All of the materials used for this cosplay was under $50, so this was definitely on a budget, and also I didn't really have much time to do this. It took me about 3 days to finish the entire thing, so don't look at it as something that you can wear for a long period of time or a long term. I just wanted to have fun with this and make a really cool video. So let's get started. Okay, so I got these two metal rings from Michaels for only $2.99 each. I don't really know what they're used for, but they were really cheap and they already fit the exact size that I needed for her weapons. And I also ended up using some electrical tape that costs about $2 to go ahead and make the rings black, and then I started on just wrapping it around each one. And I'll go ahead and show you guys the process here. It's really easy. So luckily there were multiple openings. Whenever you see the rings, there's one smaller one and then one bigger one on the outer edge. And this made it a lot easier for me to just move the tape around it. And as you can see, it's just a really fast and easy process. And just like that, the metal rings were finished. Now these don't look exactly like hers, but I got close enough and this is pretty much all the materials that I had. And to me, it looked pretty legit. So now we're gonna move on to the torso, and I actually got this bodysuit from Forever 21 for only $5, you guys. That was so freaking cheap, and I didn't know how I was gonna pull this off, but it worked out. And all the leather material that you guys see here is from this thrifted jacket that I got for only $4. So I used every single piece of this jacket for this entire cosplay, and it worked out really well. So for the torso, I had to make a V-line shape, and with that material, it looked like it was leather material, so I had to just cut from the sleeve of this jacket, and I basically just cut off the leather portion, and then I tried my best to eyeball everything and just trace and then draw and all that good stuff. So as you can see here, I'm just trying to make the shape of it and then cut it out. Now, to make sure that everything is reinforced, I decided to get another piece of the jacket that was thicker and put it towards the edge of the shape of this. It just looked way too flat without it, and this actually worked out pretty well. And yes, most of this piece I used a hot glue just because I did have a time constraint and I wanted to make the video before the premiere. So if you do want everything to stay put and stay on, I would suggest sewing everything on. Or else things will definitely start to fall off for long wear, so this was strictly just for the video. Now to fill in the V shape that I just made, I'm using this burlap material that I also got for like around $1 from Michaels. It was in the clearance section and it was perfect for this. And now I'm basically just going in layers and I'm just reinforcing the jacket on the inside after I put the burlap material first. And because I don't have a lot of small beads to fill this in, I'm going to be painting instead. And don't use watercolor like me at first, that's all I really had in the beginning. I would suggest using an acrylic paint so that it dries really fast, but this is what I had to use, so it worked for that. And yeah. Now I'm gonna let you guys know, I think I did a pretty crappy job on these beads, but for me it just worked for what I had. I actually got these beads from Michaels also. Most of the materials from this video are from Michaels, but they're super cheap and they were only $4 for the entire packet. So they varied in sizes and I didn't really have enough to finish them off. For Nakia's suit, it looked as if they were actually supposed to be square beads, but in this case, all I had was circles, so it kind of was just what it was. Now we're going to be adding the centerpiece of this outfit. I used the burlap material plus some more pieces of the jacket for this one. All around the burlap, you're going to add in the leather around it. And for me, again, I just used some hot glue and that worked out. Make sure that everything is secure so it doesn't fall off. For me, luckily, this stayed on through the entire shoot. And if you're wondering if I used any measurements for this, I did not. This was all pretty much me eyeballing it and just using the scraps that I had to put this together. In this clip, I already started painting the centerpiece. I just went ahead and I added as many layers as I could. The colors that I used were mostly reds, yellows, and white. And I tried to mimic the look of beads as much as possible so that from far away you really wouldn't be able to tell. And in this clip, I had finally finished with all of the painting. I was so tired, but it ended up working out, so. And now it's time for me to work on the lower portion of this outfit, and that includes basically the skirt and also what goes underneath the burlap sack. So I got this silk skirt from Forever 21. All I wanted to really do was use the elastic band that was around the top. And I also had a red backdrop, luckily kind of just available for me to use. And after that, I just cut up the skirt and then I was ready to go ahead and start hot gluing this to the elastic band. I'm going to cut this into a triangle. This is not the train of the skirt. This is basically in the front and it goes right underneath the burlap. Now it's time to create the backing of this, so I used Kevin as a mannequin so that I could open up the material in the front and you can still see what was going on. And after the right amount of adjustments, I pretty much got the shape right. And fast forward, I already painted the triangular piece of cloth in the front and I just kind of did my own thing. I didn't really copy this piece exactly, but that's okay. And now it's time to add the metal rings onto the backing of the skirt. They were on sale for $1.99 at Michael's. And using some foam board, I'm going to go ahead and add these as my metal pieces onto the burlap sack. I went ahead and I painted these silver. Now underneath the chest, the leather material is extended, so I had to add some more of that. And I'm trying to make sure that this looks like a silver metal detailing, and I'm just going in and adding a silver paint to this. In this clip, I'm just trying to sketch out the metal belt buckle, and it's in the shape of a panther. After that, I was ready to go ahead and cut it out and then paint it silver. Now the armor was a little bit sloppy and a lot harder to do, but I used a foam board and also some silver duct tape to layer it in, and then I had to go in and add some more reinforcement and thicker pieces to the edges of it. Just so that everything doesn't look too shiny and foily, I'm going in and I'm adding a silver paint on the top of it. It dried pretty well and the paint was only 70 cents. To lift up the sides more, as you can see, I'm just rolling up some of the foil and I'm just kind of reinforcing the edges again. I went ahead and I did the same thing for the left arm. So as I'm doing this, remember, I'm just looking at the movie poster and seeing what matches best, and I was trying to get it as close as possible. Now let's get back to the belt. So you guys could see in my other clip, I had already cut out the belt buckle and I was ready to go ahead and paste it onto this. I also did a little bit more backtracking and I realized I still had a lot of the jacket left over, and there is a leather patch in the back of the skirt, so I went ahead and I just hot glued this on there as well. Now I'm adding in some more metal detailing to the edges of the skirt. I'm just going back in with the silver paint along there. What really helped during this entire process was finishing the bigger parts of the project and then kind of going in and adding all of the painted detailing. So I went back into the torso and just started adding in more of the patterns. These are not exact, I just went ahead and did my own thing, but I kind of just added more lines and layers and stuff like that. Same thing with the pants. This is actually a bodysuit that I got during Halloween at H&M for about 20 bucks last year, and I went ahead and I just used it for this. I kind of actually copied this exactly how it was on the picture, and it worked out. And here's the finished look of the pants. They look pretty good in my opinion, not too bad. I also went ahead and I made my little choker into kind of how hers looks, except my choker is a little bit shorter. I think that hers kind of goes all the way up to her chin, but close enough. And that is pretty much it for my process. I hope that you guys liked it. Alright you guys, so this is the outro of this video. We went ahead and we actually filmed this earlier today and I just finished editing it. So I love doing stuff like this for you guys and also for myself. I've always wanted to express myself in this way. Whenever I feel really passionate about something or like a movie or something that I just really want to create, I just go all the way out with it, and yeah, it's just really fun. I'm actually going to be seeing the movie later on tonight and I'm really excited, and this was a really rushed project, but I think it turned out pretty well for it being only 3 days of work. So usually in superhero movies, I don't really get to see characters that look like me, and I don't really feel as empowered that way. Being able to see myself in the shoes of this character was just really special to me. I never really get to feel like that. So for people like us to be included in the narrative in a positive way, I think it's something that we don't really get to see a lot, and for us to be able to have that, I think it's something that's really special. If you guys are going to see Black Panther tonight, let me know. I'm gonna go see it. I'm really stoked. I'm really excited. And yeah, that's it. Make sure you guys go ahead and share this video as much as possible. We are almost at 30,000 subscribers and I really want to get there really soon. I really want other people to be excited about this video. So if you want, go ahead and share it for me. That would help out so much. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Happy Black History Month, and I hope that you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.